Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I will be deriving L'Hopital rule or L'Hospital's rule, the LH Hospital's rule. However you pronounce it, I am not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but that rule. Um, and if you know calculus, then you probably know that rule. And now I've not seen a proper derivation because I've never really googled it. This is just something I've come up with. So the proper derivation which is done in textbooks or elsewhere might be longer and more sophisticated, but I this is the one which I like and I think will be better to understand. So So this is the L'Hospital's rule, which states limit as x tends to a of f of x by g of x is equal to the limit as x tends to a of f prime of x divided by g prime of x, given that f of a is equal to 0 and g of a is equal to 0. Now, well, how do we derive this? Well, for one, we can see that given and also that f of x and g of x are continuous at a, and so are f prime of x and g prime of x. So we can see that f of x is equal to f of x plus h, where h tends to 0, right? So, and if you look at the limit as x tends to a, x is not exactly a. X is basically oops, sorry. X is basically a plus delta, where delta tends to 0, or in this case we can just call it h because I prefer h, but we can give it any variable. Okay, so we can write limit as x tends to a is equal to limit as, or we can just directly write it f of a plus h, right? These both are basically the same thing. And same thing for g, even that's a continuous function. Right, so now we have limit as x tends to a of f of x by g of x is actually equal to f of a plus h by g of a plus h. And now we know that f of a is equal to 0 and g of a is equal to 0. So if we subtract from f of a, if we subtract fa from the numerator, it won't have any, it will still be the same equation. It won't make much of a difference. And same thing for the denominator. And now if you look at it, if we divide h from both numerator and denominator, what do we get? And we can just write over here limit as h tends to 0, because like, well, that is kind of implied over here. So now we have limit as h tends to 0 of f of a plus h minus f of a by h divided by g of a plus h minus g of a divided by h. And from the definition of a derivative, we know that this thing, the top numerator is actually f prime at a, and the denominator is g prime of a. So we get f of x by g of x, limit as x tends to a is equal to limit as x tends to a f prime of a by g prime of a. And that is the rule. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like the video, comment on my video, share it with your friends who like maths, and if you want to watch more of these videos, subscribe to my channel and spread the word. Thank you.